What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Flash Season 5 video. So if you're new to the channel, please drop a like and a subscribe down below if you did enjoy the video. So the Flash was really good this week. We're coming off one of the best season premieres of the CW, but the Arrow steals it. I mean, as good as the Flash was, Arrow pulled it out of the bag, or should I say the old the quiver there at the back. Yeah, that was terrible. Please forgive me. But the Flash this week continues on the trend of being really good. There are a few of you out there, I saw on Reddit, a lot of you are actually not hating, but starting to dislike Nora Allen for being annoying. I actually quite like her. She's really fun. I like the whole Shui thing, and I think she's enjoyable. She has an energy, and I really do like her energy on the show. She's fun, she's inquisitive. It's like I said last week, it's essentially that like an audience member joining the cast and having a lot of fun, just having a great time on the show. She is, for all intents and purposes, our version of Bart Allen. Bart Allen was haywire, crazy, hyperactive. This is pretty much what Nora Allen is on this show, and she's excited because she's never seen her father. She's never had the privilege of meeting her father, and now she's getting to be mentored by her father who went missing for most of her life. So that's really cool there. I really do like her, and the whole Shui thing, I like it. It's fun. It's just fun at the end of the day. So what we've got here is a better look at Cicada. So Cicada was in this episode as well as Block. Block was a character in the comic books, but there is this version. So there was a comic book version who could turn themselves into like a kind of like stronger material and things like that. But the Flash TV version is completely new. It seems pretty much a brand new character for the Flash TV show, which is quite interesting. I don't mind it when they make their own characters up. That's okay. This is essentially a monster of the week that no one actually really cares about at all. So that's not too bad. Really the main kind of the real blockbuster of this episode there. I'm sorry again. I don't know. I can't be stopped. But the big thing here was Cicada. So they finally get a look. Obviously, this episode pretty much carries on where we left off last week, which I thought was pretty ace. I was expecting like exposition and kind of building up towards the story or the villain of this week. But it was cool that we saw the fight against the villain last week. So that was pretty cool. I did like that. The fight scene was really good, and the whole like the dagger thing, the metal dagger was really cool. I thought that was ace, the way that worked as well. And Cicada is pretty interesting. This little dagger he's got, that'd be pretty ace as well. So that little dagger thing is, of course, something from the satellite, which Nora Allen helped to actually stop at the end of last season. So that's going to be playing a big part of this. And it's really interesting here, the fact that, well, she changed time. Cicada was essentially a villain which was destroyed pretty easily, a very kind of low-level villain. However, her doing this, or stopping the satellite, has somehow made him a huge villain. Now, part of me was thinking that gave him the dagger. This gave him the little dagger, the Dark Knight, the antimatter energy thing. But no, I'm thinking that something else has actually happened. Now, of course, at the end of the episode, we did see Cicada fight the group, and the powers were taken away from our metas, which was pretty awesome. And next week, we've got the death of Vibe, which is interesting. So that pretty much, Vibe being dispatched quite easily, is setting up next week for Battle Part 2, the rematch with Cicada. But as Cicada was about to actually destroy Barry, Nora Allen appeared and shouted, well, you know what. And so with that in mind, Cicada looks at her and it's just like, well, there's a look. There is a look there. And there are two big theories right now, in my opinion. The first one is the fact that he has come back in time to actually stop the crisis in the future. So while he was dispatched in the past, he has possibly come back in time before he ever actually appears, and he's trying to stop all the metas from, well, being metas and killing them all maybe thinking that this will stop the crisis that has Barry Allen missing the newspaper, because that's playing quite a big thing into this. And he hates Metas. If he thinks that Metas are responsible for the crisis, which possibly his family was killed in, well, that would actually make him want to stop all the Metas from ever existing. Now, there is another theory which, that first one I thought of. The second one here is one I full credit to Reddit. I haven't got the name of the person on there. It was on the Flash subreddit, which I thought was really, really cool. And it's the idea that Cicada is a sibling of Nora. So in the comics, we have the Wonder Twins. Sorry, not the Wonder Twins, but we have the Tornado Twins. And they are the son and daughter of Barry. So we have Dawn Allen and her brother. Now we have Nora Allen, no brother. Now, of course, Nora Allen is not being truthful with us whatsoever. She's lying, she's not telling the entire truth. Many people think she's a reverse Flash, but what if she's lying and saying that she is the only child? Now, she's never actually explicitly said that. She hasn't said that whatsoever. But what if Cicada is actually the sibling of her, and he is really angry and hates Metas because he never got the Meta gene. He never got the Meta gene from his father, which led to him being incredibly angry about that. That look towards Nora, that's interesting. But then again, you've got the whole skin colour thing, which doesn't really work. That doesn't fit whatsoever. And the fact that Nora Allen has already fought Cicada, that falls apart there as well. So that theory, while it's an interesting one, there is quite a lot of flaws there, in my opinion, for that to actually exist and go forward with that being the lead theory. I do like the idea of myself, the one where he's trying to stop the crisis, which you can see in the back there on the Central City Citizen. So let me know what you think in the comments down below on that. What do you think? Who is Cicada, and why has he come back from American Pie? Now, the cool thing here is that Cicada is just one part of this season. So we're going to have possibly multiple villains coming in. So it'll probably be like last season, where the real villain on Arrow appeared to be Richard Dragon. And we had Caitlyn James. And we're also on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have multiple villains as well. So once Cicada is dispatched, we'll have a reveal that will be an overarching, another villain, and then we'll probably loop back to Cicada probably later on. So I really do hope that happens. I think that's a really cool idea there as well, because it keeps things fresh. Having a season-long villain is just getting a bit long in the tooth, to be honest. It just doesn't really fit with Flash, and I like having multiple big villains because it keeps your interest over time. That sort of storytelling really failed with Supergirl as well. Now, another thing is we've got the whole thing with Caitlyn. So Killer Frost and her mystery is getting quite intriguing there as well. Her mother has faked her father's death certificate for some reason. So possibly, this is just my theory here, I do think that this was a failed experiment that went completely wrong. Her father maybe went into hiding, and then she lived with her mother and things like that. But it's going to be really interesting there. Perhaps he is a secret Meta. He's Icicle, and Killer Frost is essentially Icicle Jr. But that would result in her having two sort of names as well. And seeing her actually having to fight her father, that's pretty cool. And she will be returning, or he will be returning in a couple of episodes' time as well. So that's a curious thing there. The rest of the episode was really good. I did actually really enjoy the whole thing with Ralph. And one thing I thought was a bit weird was Vibe, Cisco being completely heartbroken. He didn't really seem that heartbroken last season that I can remember. It just seems like they've just gone, let's just turn up the angst and the sadness for him. But I do like that subplot with those three doing, like, trying to help Cisco get over Gypsy. And they've got their own subplot as well with Caitlyn's family problems as well, and where she actually got her powers from. So lots and lots of stuff juggling here up and down, but overall it was a really, really good episode, and I really enjoyed it. Nora Allen is great, she's fun, and you know what, this really was great, and it'll be interesting to see how Arrow does next. We've got the crossover coming, and it seems like Flash and Arrow will be swapping places. The poster looks absolutely mental, and the memes have come true. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like. Please subscribe. Thanks again for the love on the Arrow video. That was crazy. I was not expecting that whatsoever. But I'll see you soon. Goodbye.